Hello, welcome to episode 11 of Science at Home with Mr. Hall. I'm Jerry Hall. I'm a Fauquier County science teacher. I teach at Brumfield Elementary School in Warrenton, Virginia. And I'm making these videos so kids who are stuck at home have a way that they can think about science. Now I'm out in my backyard and I'm looking at this young red maple tree, which is native to Virginia. And this tree is 12 or 13 years old. So it's not real big, but it's starting to take form as a mature tree. Let's talk a little bit about the parts of a tree. So, because this is planted on a hillside and we've had erosion take place, you can see some roots. So, a tree is a vascular plant, which means it has veins or tubes that carry water, nutrients, and waste through all parts of the tree. And so if you start here in the soil, a tree is a woody plant and it is anchored in to the soil by its roots. Now roots have a couple of purposes. One, of course, is to keep the tree steady, and another is to soak in water and nutrients from the soil, which then travel up the next part of the tree, which is the trunk, which is the main stem of the tree, I guess. So a tree like this that doesn't have a whole lot of competition around it will start to branch out pretty soon up the trunk, whereas a tree in a forest probably go 30 to 40 feet before you see a branch come off of it. But this guy, 2.5, 3 feet up, you've got its first major branches coming off. So branches they get progressively smaller until you end up with little branches, and on those little branches are leaves. Now because it's spring, these leaves are just starting to come out right now, and you can see the red tint in them even now. A leaf, the purpose of a leaf is to help do photosynthesis for the plant. Now plants make their own food using sunlight, nutrients, and carbon dioxide and water. They make their own sugar, and that's called photosynthesis. And these leaves are young yet. And if you hold a leaf up to the sunlight, you can even see its leaf cells. Probably hard to see in this video, but it's really cool. So take the time to do something like that. These leaves are very young yet, and they are growing in to feed the plant. And for the past 4 months or so, they've been dormant. So in the fall, they turn colors and fall off the tree. And that doesn't mean the tree is dead. It just means it's dormant, and it is not doing photosynthesis over the long winter months. But since we're in April now, the leaves are back. Another thing, because this tree is becoming more mature, you're starting to see some reproduction. So these little bunches here, these are seeds, maple seeds. And maple seeds come in what we used to call them helicopters when we were kids. These things aren't mature enough yet to fly, but when they fall off, they twirl around and they fly in the wind. So a maple tree reproduces by sending its leaves out in the wind, and they scatter all around on these little helicopter seeds that you see growing here. So this is what a tree is. A tree is a woody plant. A tree is a vascular plant, which means it has veins where water, nutrients, and waste can travel through it. A tree has roots. It has a trunk or a stem. Trees have branches. They're covered in bark. Trees have leaves, which do photosynthesis. And trees have seeds for reproduction. So this maple tree, which is just coming back out of its long winter sleep, is a good example of something you can find in your own backyard where you can learn about science. So go ahead and post your comments on what you might have seen in your backyard. Do you have other species of native trees? Do you have species of trees that were planted here but don't naturally grow in Virginia? What have you noticed with seeds? Have you noticed any flowers? Have you noticed any fruits coming out yet? How do the plants in your yard reproduce? How do they spread their seeds around? What types of flowers are there, and what pollinates those flowers? Are they pollinated by bees or hummingbirds or other insects or animals even? I often wonder that stuff. So go ahead and subscribe and comment and forward this on to everybody. And until next time, science is all around us.